This is a video journal that records observations made during a 20-mile hike across Bloomington's floodplain from Fort Snelling State Park to Bloomington Ferry. Ed Crozier and Dick Dury, the founders of Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge, made the hike in this video. Part 3 covers the 4.8 miles from the end of the old Cedar Avenue Bridge to Lyndale Avenue. This map shows the route of the hike from the south end of the Cedar Avenue Bridge to Lyndale Avenue. This 3D flyover video shows the route of the hike as a red line. The old Cedar Avenue roadway provides a good trail base between the bridge and the river. When the trail reaches the riverbank, it follows an old farm road for several miles, providing a good base for a future hard surface trail. The rectangle areas to the right of the trail are old farm fields reverting to floodplain forest, making good wildlife habitat. Although the old farm road on the riverbank, now maintained as a trail by the Wildlife Refuge staff, is over 100 years old, it is in good condition, with only occasional silt deposits. The old farm road ends where electric transmission line crosses the river. From that point on to Lyndale Avenue, a more primitive dirt trail traverses the floodplain forest, usually near the riverbank. We are now approaching the upstream outlet of Longmeadow Lake, where a trail bridge will be required. Now, a primitive log crossing provides access across the stream inland from the river. At the 4-mile mark, the primitive trail continues on the natural levee of the river, sometimes through some silt deposit areas. This stretch of the river trail from the Visitor Center to Lyndale Avenue remains, however, as the best candidate for a hard surface trail. As the trail nears the Lyndale Avenue trailhead, there are several small streams that will need crossings. There is a short stretch just before the trailhead that has a gravel surface. The Lyndale Avenue trailhead is a very good access point as well as a boat launch area for the river. It will be one of the 5 major trailheads on the proposed river trail through Bloomington: the Visitor Center, Cedar Avenue, Lyndale, Normandale, and Bloomington Ferry. Back at ground level, we started recording our hike to Lyndale Avenue at the south end of the old Cedar Avenue Bridge. This main girder on the old bridge is rusted through at the bottom, indicating rebuilding the bridge is impractical. The old highway provides a good base for a hard surface trail. The old farm road going upstream from Cedar Avenue is in good condition. In this area, the silt from the 2011 floods has been pushed off the trail by Wildlife Refuge staff. At 3 miles, the old road ends at a transmission line, and the trail continues through the floodplain forest. Near Lyndale Avenue, the trail crosses small streams. Wildlife Refuge trailhead at Lyndale Avenue sets the standard. Part 4 of the hike started at Goodrich Avenue and went east to Lyndale Avenue. This 3-mile stretch of trail was also along the river's edge. The Goodrich Avenue access across Coleman Lake is primarily a beaver-made crossing. This primitive dirt trail goes east through floodplain forest with occasional recent silt deposits on it. As the trail crosses the Coleman Lake Outlet, or 9 Mile Creek, a trail bridge will be needed. We are now 1 mile from the Goodrich Access Gate. Many of the silt deposit areas can be avoided by relocating the trail further from the river bank. Of the 3-mile stretch from Goodrich Avenue to the Lyndale Trailhead, about 2 miles of the trail is a primitive dirt track. The last mile, beginning here, is on a city maintenance road that could be easily converted to a hard surface trail. The dark area coming up to the left of the trail is the city-owned property where storm-damaged or diseased trees are stored, chipped, and removed. The trail continues on the city maintenance road between the river and Coleman Lake to the Lyndale Trailhead. This is the access trail to the river floodplain at the end of Goodrich Avenue. The trail leads to a Coleman Lake crossing that is being maintained by a beaver colony. Despite the silt deposits, the mountain bikers have re-established a primitive trail. This flood line on the trees shows the height of the 2011 floods. 9 Mile Creek Trail at the end of Queen Avenue also provides access to the river floodplain. But access across Coleman Lake to the river is now flooded. For 2 miles, the trail going east to Lyndale Avenue is a primitive dirt track. Beyond the 2-mile mark, the trail utilizes an old riverbank road. This trail road improves as it nears the Lyndale Trailhead. This is the terminus of the hike from Goodrich Avenue to Lyndale Trailhead, and the end of parts 3 and 4 of the 20-mile hike video. Because of the video size limits of YouTube, 2 more videos are required to cover the whole 20-mile hike. The maps and 3D flyover video were developed using an iPhone application called Map My Hike, courtesy of Map My Fitness and Google Earth Maps.